Ladies and gentlemen, my very special guest today is the wonderful tenor Diego Torre, who's very well known to Australian audiences. In fact, he's known to audiences all around the world. But here in Australia, he's had tremendous success, singing various roles from Rodolfo to Cavaradossi, Canio in Pagliacci, Radames, in Luisa Miller, and this season, in Attila, until the season was unfortunately cut short. But Diego's had tremendous success too. In Geneva, sang a wonderful Pagliacci, throughout Italy, in the United States, in the Scandinavian countries. But he calls Australia home. And we're very thrilled that he does that. His wife, Paula, and children live here as well. So today we're asking Diego about his life and when he commenced all of this wonderful career in Mexico.
Yeah.
So you were born in Mexico, Diego.
Yes, thank you, Lyndon. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. And yeah, I was born in Mexico City. Almost 4 years ago. And well, in a let's say in a happy family, where I have one brother, one sister.
Was it a musical family or?
No. I'm the first in the chain. I'm the first one, maybe the crazy one, the only one crazy. And it was in my early years. I found this passion to the music. I was fortunately surprised by the music instructor in the primary school, and he took me to my parents and asked them to give me my first singing lessons.
Wow!
So I was around 6-7 years old, and from there I started to develop the attraction for the music, for singing, and well until the high school where I decided to do it professionally or study for this, and so I started my music studies there.
So I guess you were a boy soprano when you were very young.
This is a funny story that I have here. I used to sing with this music teacher, and he normally take me for church services. And there was sometimes moments where he was in a discussion with other musics about trying to decide what kind of type of voice I was. And my voice when I was a kid, it wasn't that high, no. So maybe I'm sure that I wasn't a soprano, but well, in fact, one of these musicians used to say, "No, he's gonna be a baritone." And my singing teacher used to say, no, he's going to be a tenor. So, well, at the end he won, my voice teacher. But yeah, it was a nice.
So it sounds as though then it was really a natural progression from your very young voice to becoming a tenor.
Yeah. I think I never had any problem to see or any frustration in music. So for the moment that I had to decide to do it or not, it was really, all my mind was there.
Yeah. And so you started singing professionally in Mexico City. Was that at the opera?
Yeah, no. I did all my music studies there in Mexico City, in the University of Music, and I finished there. And just almost 1 year before to finish, I had the opportunity to go for the Young Artist Program in Los Angeles. And from there, I started just doing everything.
And you must have had a very good teacher in Mexico City, because it's well known you have a fantastic technique, and everyone admires your singing technique. So it must have been very well set up with your teacher.
He gave me a really solid basics. In fact, he's one of the most respected musicians in Mexico. He used to be a singer, an opera singer, but also he's a conductor. He has a master's degree in Gregorian singing, and he was for many years also the pianist in the opera house in Mexico as well. So his musical background is so big, and he's a wonderful musician. And so he gave me the curiosity and the professionalism about to to always trying to get better and improve everything. So yeah, I have to thank him.
And did you listen to a lot of the great tenors during that time?
Well, there was a period, particularly when I was in Los Angeles, where I decided to. Well, I have to confess, after that I finished the music in Mexico, I had a kind of conflict with the vocal instructors because I think that they didn't know how to treat a voice like mine that has been just growing and developing,
And also, too, because you have extraordinary low notes for a tenor and wonderful high notes. So I can imagine some people would have had the inclination to suggest you were a baritone.
Yeah, and they were, some of them, frustrated about me because they thought that I really, wasn't paying attention to them, or I didn't want to do what they were asking me to do. But it's when I was in Los Angeles when I decided to go to the old school, So I started buying the whole recordings and trying to listen to them and learning from them too.
Yeah. And how was that? Because that was the period when Placido Domingo was the Los Angeles Opera, and you were in the Young Artist program.
Correct.
Did you enjoy that?
I did. I think that the thing that I should be grateful most to this program is that for 2 years they let me to do this research for my instrument, to know myself better as a singer, and without any kind of pressure, So, I'm really grateful for that because they were. I mean, it was 2 years working on these elements that later just became to a big help for develop my voice.
Yeah, and you sang in productions at the Met and in San Francisco.
Yeah.
When you were young.
Yeah, I did Attila in San Francisco with Ferruccio Furlanetto and Samuel Rami as well. It was a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
And the Med, I sang The Messenger in Aida, and Federico and Stifelio, where Domingo was conducting.
So that was a good foundation because that's where I first heard you sing. You came and auditioned one day. I think it was the middle of 2010, something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'd heard a lot of people that day, and you came and sang, and I thought, well, this is fantastic. And I remember saying to you, well, would you like to sing 24 Rodolfos in Sydney?
And I said, yes, please. And I remember that day. I think that was the last one, the last single.
Yeah, it could have been,
day. And
I'd just about given up, frankly.
No, I remember that when you said, what would you like to sing? And I said, whatever you want, pick one from the list, and it's fine to me. And so I sang Che gelida manina. Well, the rest is history.
Recondita Armonia is the second one you sang. Yeah. So you came to Sydney and had a great success as Rodolfo.
Yeah, I have to say that the public here in Australia, they have had me in a really nice position, and the only thing that I can do in order to pay that, it's to always keep the best.
Well, and you always do, and it was a great reaction, even though you were only able to do 2 performances of Attila this season before we had to close. The reception that you had from the public was fantastic. People were cheering, and I think there were people in the audience calling out your name, Diego. It was fantastic.
Very kind. Yeah.
And it must have been a big thrill. Was it last year that you went back to Mexico to sing?
Yep. Yeah. I did La Fanciulla del West.
Yeah.
It was so emotive because I left Mexico around 8 years ago, and I didn't sang there after that. So I came back to Mexico, just like Ramirez, which is a Mexican guy.
Yeah.
And it was a really nice experience.
Yeah, I'm sure. Then when you were living here in Sydney a few years ago, when was that, 2013 maybe, you decided to become an Australian citizen.
Yeah, that was a fantastic also experience. I mean, just wonderful and beautiful experiences I have had here in Australia. And I'm so happy to. Yeah, I had the opportunity to take it, and it was nice, that received a call from the government about to sing the national anthem
Yeah.
to the first.
I remember hearing it on
Minister.
television with a high B flat at the end of it.
Yeah. No, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And so your wife Paula, who's a wonderful support for you, I know.
Yeah, I think that in this kind of career, family it's very, very important because in an unpredictable and unbalanced career or job that we have, it's important to have someone next to you and give you this balance. No?
Yeah.
And Paula has been the big role in my opinion.
Yeah. And you have two lovely children, Johanna and Jethro, who are here too and going to school in Sydney. That must be a wonderful thing.
It is to have my family most of the time, in one place and working, and at the end of the day, be back with them. It's a wonderful situation. It's living a dream.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, obviously, Diego, I didn't invite you here today just to talk, although it's always wonderful talking to you. And
Thank you.
And I notice in rehearsals too, and everyone notices that when you come into the room, it's like a ray of sunshine enters the place, and it's been a great joy to have you today. But I think you're going to sing something in Spanish.
Yeah, sure.
In your native language.
Absolutely. I would like to bring in a wonderful and I think very well-known song called Granada by Agustin Lara, and I hope you enjoy it.
And you'll be accompanied by Tahu Matheson, who's the
wonderful friend,
head of music at Opera Australia. So, hey, we'll enjoy it.
Thank you, Lyndon. Thanks for everything, and thank you guys for your attention here.
Thank you.